In our last video, we set up the project. Now that you've clicked on the Start Logging button, the view will switch to the MWD view for logging the well. Make sure the WITS connections are on, so if the Start Logging button at any point in time is not green, click on it to launch all the WITS connections. Because Field View logs everything in time, you should never stop logging until the end of the well, logging all trips in and out of the hull. If using EM, the next button allows you to select tripping mode so as not to be alerted to surveys being sent during trips. If any problems occur with the WITS stream, a warning will show where I have my mouse now. Click on the Troubleshoot button and select the connection to see the data that is coming across to identify any issues. If for any reason there is a gap in data from either the decoder or the EDR, export the data from either system and click on the Reload button and select the file to fill in the gap. If a relog is to be taken, make sure that the driller does not change the hole depth. When the bit depth is at the correct location for the relog, click on the Relog button. Select the direction that the string will be moving and click Start. The button will flash and you will see the relog appear on the gamma log. When the end depth is reached, click the button again. 3 options will appear. You can accept the relog and simply splice that in over a section of the gamma log. You can show it as an overlay relog, which will show both the new and original gamma, or simply reject it. Right-clicking on the button will open the Relog Manager, where you can decide which relogs to enable, as well as managing the overlay relogs. When a survey is sent from the decoder, a pop-up allows the option of accepting or rejecting. In the event of carrying out survey corrections, either enter them into the corrections website by hand or use the Copy to Clipboard button and then edit the surveys in this pop-up with the corrected data. If you want to change which surveys appear in the table, click on the Manage button and we can simply change between accepted and rejected. If the Projection to Bit checkbox has been enabled, you can enter a projection to bit for the survey table. When the survey has been accepted, click on the Create Reports button to send the logs and surveys to the client. Click the Create Reports button and click Create and Send. Wait for the email to open with all the deliverables and click Send. Now let's take a look at the rest of the interface. The shocks visualizer at the bottom left of the screen will show the number of shocks of 4 levels of severity. Clicking here allows the customization of settings on how many counts of the shock levels to be represented by each block, as well as the time interval shown. If selecting 30 minutes, for example, the upper line of blocks will represent the shocks in the last 30 minutes, and the smaller blocks on the second row of each line will show the previous 30 minutes, so we can see how shock levels are changing. Left-clicking on any of the digital readouts allows selection of a particular channel and the settings of limits for visual alarms and alarm customization. Above the depth log, we have buttons for smoothing curves, adding data point tick marks, customizing tracks, and curves displayed. The Scroll Lock button will lock the log to the last depth and scroll it up as drilling continues. Right-clicking will toggle the lock mode on and off so you can zoom in and out of the log by holding both mouse buttons down and moving the mouse towards or away from you.